Alrighty. Howdy neighbors and welcome back to the Devine Speaker. Last time we found out about a ball, and then Leos and I scoped out, Leos and Rain, sorry. God, a Freudian slip. Snug around the premises, see a way to get in. And San was saying we should split up, and we only really have one option here, so here we go.
Then I'll go with Leos.
Oh, God.
You could sound a little more pleased. Then let's meet back here just before the ball.
Sounds good. And come on, Fawn. I'll show you around.
This isn't a sightseeing trip, you know. Take it seriously.
Stop being such a buzzkill. Maybe you should try having a little fun for once. It might make you more likable.
Shut up.
I'm perfectly likable.
You too. Stay safe.
Hey, don't run off. I said I'm perfectly likable.
We both left through the front door, waving back but ignoring Leos.
Don't worry, Leos. You're not so bad.
Wow, thanks.
Snow gently fell from the sky, settling softly against the cool stone. Everywhere we looked was covered with a white sheen, begging to be played in.
How about we make some snowmen?
Do I look like the kind of person that wants to make a snowman?
Why not?
You look like the kind of person who's never had the chance.
Not interested.
Maybe you don't get a choice.
I slipped my hand into his and pulled him into a run, dashing through the fresh snow and leaving our footsteps for all to see. People glanced at us out of the corner of their eyes, silently shooting daggers at the two that were causing such a commotion.
Hey, what are you doing?
Simon was right. You need to loosen up a little.
I do not.
You do. We're not at home anymore. There's no one around to tell us what to do. Why can't we play in the snow?
Because I don't know how.
Oh. Well, neither do I. But I'm sure we can work it out together.
I'm not gonna...
Excuse me, mister!
Huh?
A little girl with copper hair stood in the snow, all rugged up in winter wear. She looked up at Leos with eyes full of curiosity.
She's talking to you, Leos.
Well, hello there.
Me? Leos froze up, his words full of awkwardness.
Mister, you have really pretty hair.
What, me? Thank you.
I want to put flowers in it. Can I?
Yes. He glanced sideways at me, his eyes begging me to help him.
He'd love that.
Huh?
Kneel down here, mister. You're too tall.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Leos. Kneeling down in the fresh snow, Leos leant his head forward, and the little girl pulled a bunch of slightly flattened flowers from her satchel before carefully placing them in Leos' hair one at a time.
Wow, that's really pretty.
I saw you from far away and thought you would look better with them.
Kids could be so harsh without realizing.
Have a look, mister. Do you like it?
I want to look. He held up a mirror to Leos, who looked back at himself in almost disgust. Still smiled awkwardly at the little girl.
Wait, it's very pretty.
It is. Hey, what's your name? Leos needs to thank you properly.
My name's...
Prim? What are you doing over there?
Daddy!
You left your gloves at the shop. Here, let me put them on you.
Ash?
Rain? Leos? Sorry. Was Prim bothering you?
I wasn't. I was just putting flowers in his hair.
You know you shouldn't talk to strangers. But, good job. It looks pretty.
The two smiled wildly. It was obvious how much they meant to each other.
Go on, Leos. Thank her properly.
Thank you for the flowers.
Come on. Why don't we go get something to eat?
Can we get dessert too?
The gasp of "can we get dessert too?" What a mood. What a mood.
Of course.
Hand in hand, Prim and Ash walked through the snow, chatting together happily.
Shut up. Not another word about this.
How can you be so awkward with kids? There were those ladies back in Stagwich, too. Do you just not know how to be nice?
I've never dealt with other people this much before.
But you have no trouble being rude.
Rain, my interactions with others have been limited to people that want me dead and people I want dead. Usually, these are the same people.
You know, Valen.
You need some more life experience.
Oh, that is hilarious coming from you.
You must have at least played with other kids when you were younger.
With hermeticide, Leos brushed the flowers out of his hair, leaving them discarded in the snow.
She'd be sad, you know?
Ugh.
Grumbling, he reached down and picked up a single flower before stuffing it in his pocket.
What a waste of time.
Spending time together isn't a waste of time.
Come on. If we're gonna waste time, we might as well make it slightly useful.
Huh?
He stood up beside me and pulled on my wrist, leading me further into the street. Already the sun was high in the sky, but the snow still didn't go anywhere. The air was icy cold, biting at us. His fingers dropped my wrist, and he took a few more steps forward before turning back to me.
Catch.
The metallic flew toward my face. I only barely managed to snatch it out of the air before it hit me.
Whoa! Are you trying to kill me?
Not at the moment, no.
Well, you nearly did.
You've passed the first lesson then. If you couldn't even catch a dagger, you'd be no hope.
What exactly are you trying to do?
I'm gonna teach you how to defend yourself. I won't always be with you. And the last thing I need is your blood on my hands. But good news. Looks like you know which end to hold.
Anyone would know that.
You'd be surprised.
So, how do we do this?
Well, first of all, you're holding it all wrong. Grip it here, and position your thumb here.
Walking back toward me with airy steps, Leos wove his fingers between mine, positioning my hand around the blade. I felt light and agile in my hand, but one look at the sharpened blade made me feel uneasy.
I'm not sure I can do this.
You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be able to defend yourself if it comes down to it. Daggers aren't exactly the best tools for defense, but they're small and easy to hide.
Okay. What do I do?
Come at me with it. Aim to kill.
What? I don't want to hurt you.
Trust me, you won't be able to.
He almost made it sound like a challenge. Again, he sauntered backward, throwing a dagger up into the air a few times before catching it. He gave a sideways grin, and that was my cue to attack. I raised the blade above my head and charged at him before slashing it down toward him. When my eyes could even make out what was happening, he raised his hand and deflected, and my dagger fell in the snow away from us.
How?
You're no better than a child, that's how.
Oh.
But that's to be expected, so don't worry. You came charging in too quickly. Slow down a little and watch for an opening. Oh, and here, hold it out in front of you. Yeah, if you swing down like that, you'll be impaled in an instant.
Impaled.
And where do you think you're aiming?
I don't know, just at you?
Aim below the ribs and drive it upwards. You're aiming for a kill, not to leave a scratch. If that's too hard, you can try for the heart, but keep in mind the length of your weapon.
You know so much.
Alright, try again.
With the weapon now in front of me, and I desperately tried to calm my nerves. Waiting for an opening. Waiting for an opening. Just as he went to throw his weapon into the air again, I dashed forward, and with force thrust the blade toward him. With ease, he plucked the dagger out of the air and ducked to the snow, causing me to stumble forward into the snow.
It's no good. I can't do it after all.
Why do you give up so easily?
Because I'm not good at it.
No one is good at anything instantly. Do you think I knew all this the same day I was given my first weapon? Of course not. Let's try something else. Stand up.
He held out his hand and pulled me to my feet, brushing a stray bit of snow off my shoulder.
I'll come at you this time.
What?
I'll hold back, don't worry. Just focus on blocking my strikes.
He didn't give me any time to think before his blade descended upon me. I dodged to the side, but less than a second later he was upon me again.
Do you know the best way to survive a knife fight?
Obviously not.
You run. A knife is an intimate weapon. If they're not close to you, you have a much higher chance to survive.
I've seen you throw daggers before.
Yeah, most people can't do that.
He didn't have to tell me twice. I jumped back out of the way before turning to run. That wasn't until
Ah!
I landed face down in the snow.
Did you seriously just trip me?
If you don't watch your surroundings while trying to escape, you're as good as dead.
He flipped my body over with ease, hanging down over me and smiling. His red hair fell around my body, so I contacted the pure white snow.
Alright, that'll do for today. I don't want to get reported by the guards.
For some reason I found myself frozen, mesmerized by him.
Hello? Are you there? Or has your brain used up its entire capacity for the day?
Huh? What?
It's getting late. We should go catch up with the others.
This time he reached out to help me up. I found myself overly conscious of his hand against mine. But nearly as soon as he touched me, he pulled it away again.
Sorry that I'm so difficult to train.
You didn't do bad for your first time. The majority of people you fight won't be as good as me anyway.
No one's as good as you.
I'm not sure about that.
It's true. You're the best.
He hurt the back of his neck awkwardly, eyes darting away from me.
While I'm around, you won't really need to know any of this stuff anyway.
Well, we'll just have to stick together forever then.
As if I could deal with you for that long. Come on, hurry up. Why are your legs so short?
Why are yours so long? Of course I can't keep up.
Well, look who it is.
Sign, Fawn. I'm just coming to find you.
Fawn nibbled on something sweet. Sweet looking before smiling at me.
Have you two been having fun?
Sign showed me all around town. It's amazing here.
He really had changed so much since we first met. A quiet boy scared of everyone around him, to someone who could walk through a city this large, as large as this, and find it fun.
Well, let me guess. You two played around the entire time.
Excuse you, we actually searched properly. I bet you didn't even find out anything.
Ugh.
Oh crap, I forgot about that.
Aha! See, I'm right. Well, we did.
You did?
Kinda? We thought we heard someone say the name Caspian in the markets, but we couldn't find the person who said it.
Wow, how helpful. I'm so glad we have you here to tell us absolutely nothing.
Did better than you. I guess Fawn and I make a better team than you and Rain after all. We actually spent our time exploring the city and not each other.
Ayo.
What?
You heard me. Keep it in your pants, jeez.
To think we'd come to the day where Sign's telling someone else to keep it in their pants.
I did nothing of the sort.
Sure. That's why you look so flustered right now.
Shut up. If you're done, then we have a ball to attend.
Wait. You can't just waltz in there with your bad attitude.
Why not?
You have to be delicate with them. They're fragile.
Oh, great. I'm not gonna curtsy, so don't ask me to.
Don't be silly. The only way you'll survive in there is if you pretend you're much richer, more important, and better looking than everyone else.
What?
Well, I mean, he's already got one of them down.
Better looking, sure. You could get away with that. But your aura, stinks of poor.
Well, damn. Leos' eyebrow twitched, but he remained silent.
Straighten out your back and lift your chin a little. Oh, and make sure not to say anything that could be used against you. They're ruthless.
What about me?
Maybe just follow alongside Leos and look pretty?
Done.
I'll try my best.
Fawn raised an eyebrow and pulled at my sleeve a little, motioning with his eyes that he wanted to talk to me. Sign and Leos kept arguing over etiquette, so I found the chance to walk to the side with Fawn to chat.
What is it?
Rain, there's something I want to tell you. I've been meaning to get it off of my chest for a while, but now I'm a little worried I'm too late.
Without realizing it, my eyes had drifted over to Leos, who was crossing his arms over his chest with a sigh, waiting for me.
Oh, sorry, Fawn. What was it you wanted to say? I was just a little distracted.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Just be careful, okay?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Fawn. You didn't really have a chance to begin with. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Gods, I hate things like this. I don't care how important they think they are. They mean nothing to me. I'm only here for one thing.
They won't say a word to you if you act like that.
Fine. I'll try my best. Can we go already?
Wait, you should take off your weapons too.
With a sigh, he undid the various buckles and hid his weapons away in his clothes.
Yeah, let's go.
We waved off Fawn and Sign and walked back with the Silver Willows together, side by side. At some point, the sun had already begun to sink into the horizon, leaving Sid Cam dyed orange. And so, up we went, ascending Sid Cam's infinite amount of staircases that led further up the mountain. Eventually, we found ourselves surrounded by the same gorgeous buildings we'd snuck past last night. Except this time, countless people strolled down the street, dressed in gorgeous clothing fit for royalty. All on their way to the ball, I would guess.
How are we meant to sneak past all of these people?
You heard Sign. Stand up straight. We'll walk right by them. Round that corner up ahead and, do the same as last night, got it?
Yeah.
Tried to go down my nerves, but nothing would stop the loud beating of my heart that echoed through my mind. Laos's words in mind, we strolled down the street beside all the people, before rounding a corner down into a quiet side street, and followed the wall along until we're out of sight.
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Check for people before you pull yourself up, okay? Once we're in there, let me do the talking.
I nodded, and Laos dropped down onto one knee, ready to boost me up. Tentatively, I gripped the edge of the wall, peered over. The garden was alive with music, streaming out of the windows, but no one was around.
I think we're good to go. There's no one around.
Pulling myself up, I quickly dropped down to the other side of the fence, landing in the manicured garden. Another moment later, and Laos did the same, simply landing beside me.
So far, so good.
Don't speak so soon. Quickly.
Crossed over the wooden bridge and approached the window yet again. Without a word, Laos dropped down and led me back onto his shoulders. Peering through the still open window, chattering and music could be heard from further inside the building.
It looks like the coast is clear.
Good. Climb in and give me a hand.
Carefully, I pulled my body up and slid into the dimly lit corridor before extending a hand to Laos. He grabbed it easily, and soon enough we were both inside. Just as we were about to make our way toward the music, there was suddenly a pair of footsteps and chattering coming our way from further down the hall.
Shit. Quick, over here.
Dashing between two pillars, I pulled Laos in beside me. It was squishy, but the only place to hide was mostly in the mostly empty corridor. Shh. His finger to my lips, looking up at Laos from below. He glanced out at me, our face only inches apart. Our bodies tightly pushed together. I couldn't help but be hyper aware of every time he shifted, every time he took a breath. Footsteps came closer and closer. Crap. Please don't look over here. We should have just pretended we were attendees who were lost. Why do I always mess everything up so badly? Without realizing it, I leaned my head forward into Laos' chest with a slight sigh, but froze up as two shadows passed by us. And they were gone, without a single word. The footsteps passed away into the distance. Bye, footsteps. R.I.P.
Sorry.
No, good job.
Huh?
There was some quick thinking. You saved us there.
I blinked, looking away from him as my stomach filled with an unfamiliar feeling.
Oh. I thought you'd tell me I was useless again.
No, you're not useless. Just a little dumb sometimes, and this wasn't one of those times. Come on, let's head in before any more guards come along.
It failed to notice how I suddenly felt so alone as he pulled away from me. The places... Nope. Not gonna read that. Ooh, nice. Laos and I snuck through the darkness, following the sound of the live band playing somewhere ahead. My eyes wandered the corridor, interested in my surroundings. Even in the darkness, you could tell just how elegant the room was. The high ceiling, beautiful decorations, paintings that took up the entire wall. Suddenly I felt someone grab my hand and start pulling me forward.
Hey, what's that for?
I don't want you to get lost again.
again. For some reason I felt my face flowing up, despite the coldness of the empty room. Finally we walked to the ballroom, and I could barely contain a gasp. It was fanciful like nothing I'd ever seen. A high ceiling decorated with intricate golden spirals and swirls took up my vision first, with the large hanging chandelier. The room was already filled with people dressed to the nines. Ball gowns and suits of every color. Even dressed as well as I was, I still felt underdressed.
Wow.
Don't look too impressed. We've been to dozens of these, right?
Right. What should we do?
Yeah, let's start over there.
Yeah, we've been to so many of these. Like, it's not even a problem. Anyway, Leos led the way, with his head raised high. Despite how much he complained to sign, he really played the role well. Compared to him, well, maybe it's best not to think about it. Everyone he spoke to answered him. He glanced sideways at me with a disinterested expression. Never told me to keep quiet, but...
excuse me.
A woman in front of me, with a long emerald dress with blonde hair, looked at me as if to say, let someone like him in before turning away and leaving. But how many people I turned to? They all did the same thing. Yet when Leo spoke, they all listened, looking up at him with hearts in their eyes.
Rain, come over here.
Kind sir, wouldn't you care for a dance?
I'm actually with...
Ray could answer. She had woven her hand in with his and pulled him toward the dance floor. A stream of ladies following along behind him.
Seriously?
With a sigh, I sat down at one of the tables and looked on at Leos. He spun effortlessly around the dance floor, his eyes on everything but the women who wanted to dance with him. Knowing him, he's probably too awkward to say he doesn't want to dance, yet. Still made me annoyed. Why did they get to dance with him? I don't even like him. I'm his... We can just stop there. I'm his friend. Even I don't get to dance with him. They are treated delicately, and I'm shoved to the side. What am I thinking? Not like I wanted to dance with him anyway. That'd be too weird. We're not like that. Yet I found myself captivated by the way his hand interlocked with hers. The way his hand sat gently against her waist. Finally, she stepped away from Leos. But not even a second later, someone else stood in her place. He was popular. I looked away, filled with a serious anger I couldn't quite put a finger on. Dozens of people walked by me, but paid me no mind. When I called out, I was ignored. Really am useless. Just my mind was beginning to get consumed by these thoughts. I looked at someone. A man with orange hair, pulled back into a ponytail. He was wearing an apron, just very simply. He stood out from the people around him, but not in a bad way. I tripped my feet, following after him in a rush, ignoring angry glances from around me. When I got close to him, he turned with a face filled with surprise.
Wait, excuse me.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for scaring you.
It's all right. I was just a little surprised that anyone was paying attention to me.
I could say the same to you. No one else looks very impressed when I speak to them. My name's Rain. Do you have a moment to talk?
I looked back the doorway to the back of the room. Waiters and waitresses regularly walked in and out, carrying trays of expensive-looking foods.
I have a moment, but I'll have to get back to the kitchen quickly. We can chat whilst we walk. Oh, my name's Hone, by the way.
Hone? Are you a chef or something?
Nah, I'm just a baker.
His freckled face lit up as he spoke. He had an air about him that made him easy to talk to, despite not being that talkative himself.
I'm looking for a man named Caspian. He would have come through here around 17, 18 years ago. I know that's a long time, but if you can think really carefully...
Caspian? I know him, yeah.
Even if you don't know him, if you could direct me to anyone else... Wait, what?
Caspian. Tall, brown hair. I see him every now and then.
We did it.
Can you tell me where to find him? I've been searching everywhere.
Reached the doorway and Hone rested his hand against it.
I have a bakery in the lower districts. Can you stop by tomorrow? We can talk more about him then. I can't chat anymore, or I'll be at risk of not getting invited next time.
Okay, alright. Got it. I'll be there.
He bowed his head slightly and disappeared into the kitchen.
Oh my god, Leos, this is it!
Wait, he's not here with me anyway. I'm just talking to myself. I was still on the dance floor, and by the looks of it, he'll be occupied for a while yet. I glanced toward the open door at the far side of the ballroom, which looked like it led out to the balcony, empty of people. Maybe I'll feel better if I get some fresh air. Balcony was fresh and cool, with the sparkling of snow across the stone, as well as devoid of anyone to get in my way. Although, even if there was anyone here, they didn't want me anyway. I'm really not cut out for this kind of stuff. I probably look like a kid playing dress up. I leaned down over the edge, staring down at the garden below, filled with flowers, but no one looked at them. They were too busy with their own egos. Why am I even upset? At the start I knew Leos would be the one to do the talking. He's good at these kinds of things. I knew he wasn't any good at turning people down. This was bound to happen. And what is this burning in my heart that screams at me to pull him away from their grasp? And why do I almost want to do it?
Oh, finally free. Why did you just abandon me?
Leos. Oh, you looked fine to me.
Well, fine. I barely got away with my life.
Sure didn't look that way.
Do you think I was dancing because I wanted to? You've got to be kidding me.
No. I know you didn't want to, but...
Yes, that's exactly what I think. You should have turned them down.
Why am I arguing?
If you had a problem with it, you could have spoken up.
What's the point? None of them listen to me anyway. All they care about is what you say.
Are you jealous or something? If you wanted to dance, why didn't you say so?
What? Jealous? Is that a joke?
You sound jealous.
Talk about full of yourself. Who would want to dance with you anyway?
Good job, Dick.
So, you don't want to dance? What's the problem with dancing with me?
I never said I had a problem with it.
Then why don't you do it?
Fine, I will.
I stepped toward Leos and held out my hand. A soft melody began playing in the background. Smooth and slow, perfect for dancing. Good job, you two. He took my hand with ease and pulled me close, just as he'd done with the others before me. His hand rested against my lower back, fingers digging slightly. The feeling was new and exciting. Broad and so strong. We swayed in time with the music, alone on a stage just for the two of us, our heels clacking against a cold stone.
Ouch.
Sorry.
You seriously suck at dancing.
I'm trying my best. It's not like you're that good either.
At least I didn't stand on your foot.
Sorry.
Wait, no, it's fine, don't worry about it.
He looked away from me, but clasped my hand in his even tighter than before. The music rose and fell, and we spun around and around, dancing to the rhythm, slow and steady. Amateur? Yes, but it was still good. Sometimes it's okay to just enjoy something without worrying too much about whether you're good or not. Leo still grimaced every time I stepped on his foot, though. When the song came to an end, beautiful notes extending through the building and beyond. As it finished, I felt my heart flutter. The way Leos moved with ease, the way he looked down at me from under his eyelashes before finally stopping.
Well, there. Now you don't have to be jealous.
I wasn't jealous.
They were better dancers than you, though.
Why is my heart so confused? All I could think about is telling him not to go to them ever again, to stay by my side.
I'll practice then.
Huh?
I'll practice, so you don't need to dance with anyone else.
Same for me then.
All right. Now that we're in agreement. It was hard to tell through the darkness, but it seemed as if his cheeks had taken on a pink hue. Maybe it was just me imagining things, though.
Then, later, I'll show you that I'm better at it than you.
I'm not one to turn down a little competition. You'll be sorely disappointed, though. Why don't we go back inside? It's getting cold.
Back inside, the ball hadn't changed at all. Another song has started to play and many people danced around together. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you later.